Hey guys, what's up? And thank you for clicking on my video and welcome to the part 5 tutorial in Photoshop training. And guys, in today's tutorial I'm going to start with two of the very important topics in Photoshop. Okay, first guys, you want to discuss a few things about brushes. Alright, basically trying to be saying like about painting in Photoshop. Alright, and the second thing is people we're going to be talking about masking. Alright, now masking people is one of the very important things, alright, in Photoshop. And and yeah, after we are done with with understanding the technique, I'm going to show you two of my projects which I had made, alright, in order to explain you guys masking. Alright, okay, so let's get started. Alright, now as you see people, on the left hand side we have to select the brush tool in order to start painting, and all that's like very common sense. But in all of these different tools guys, sometimes I really get confused in which is a brush tool. So I always prefer the keyboard shortcut. Okay, and the keyboard shortcut people is very easy. Alright, it is only the letter B on your keyboard and you will automatically be switched on to the brush tool. Now as you see guys, my brush tool right now, you can see my mouse pointer automatically changed. Now as you can see people, for you people it may be a little bit bigger, for me people it is very small. So instead of going to the property bar for changing the size of my brush, I'm gonna resort to the keyboard shortcut. Okay, and that is the right bracket key. Alright, so just and people, the right bracket key is gonna be beside the left bracket key, which is beside the letter P on your keyboard. Okay, so those two bracket keys will help you to increase the size of your brush and decrease the size of your brush. Alright, so that's very important. And now you will be wondering that if I just go ahead and start painting with it, why is nothing happening? Now the reason anything is not happening is because of the color which is selected. And if you guys are wondering how do you change that color, or how do you select your new color, you're supposed to take a look over here. This box right here, okay, which is showing you white people, it is supposed to be called the foreground color, and the one which is showing you black color, it is a background color. So click on the foreground color people, because that's the active color, okay, which your brush paints in, right, in your canvas. So I'm going to select something like that. I'm going to click OK, and as you see people, that my foreground color has now changed. So now if I try to paint with my brush, you'll see that I have, now I can basically paint. I'm going to press Ctrl Z and Ctrl Alt Z, right, to step backward in Photoshop, because Ctrl Z doesn't work. It's Ctrl Alt Z for multiple undos. And guys, right now I'm gonna reduce the size of my brush, okay, just to show you guys something. Now as you can see, I have selected this color and I'm very happy with it. Click OK once you have decided which color you want. And now guys, if you see that I've just painted a stroke, but guys, if you see that my stroke people is supposed to be like a very hard stroke. Okay, now sometimes what happens is people, when you are using a masking, okay, or you're trying to mask something, right, and you may sometimes not be wanting to have this hard kind of a brush. Okay, so for reducing the the hardness or the softness of the brush people, what you can do is basically there are the same keyboard shortcuts, okay, the right and the left bracket key, but you just need to add the shift key to them. So if you hold on the shift key people and you press the left bracket key, your brush will get softer. And if you press if you hold on the shift arrow key, the shift key, and you press the right bracket key, your brush will get harder. Alright, so I'm gonna lower down the softness or the hardness of my brush. I'm gonna paint once again, and as you can see guys, that how it just gives me a kind of like a spray paint kind of an effect. So like that's very cool. Shift, I'm gonna press my right bracket key this time, and now you see how hard the brush is. So you can understand the difference now. And guys, if you feel like that you want to change the brush preset, basically what I'm trying to say is, like, you are saying that that yeah, fine, brushing is really cool, but you don't want this circle in your brush, okay, or this circular brush. Just go down to the property bar, alright people, over here, but make sure guys that you are selected, okay, that is, you are selected your brush tool, right, from your toolbar, or you can just press the B key on your keyboard. And guys, you can just go down to the property panel, or on your upper side of the Photoshop, and when you see this part right here guys, okay, just click on it and you'll see that you have lots of other brushes. Now guys, since you guys are beginners, you won't be knowing about it, alright, so I'm going to teach you something today. Press a B key once again because I just by mistakenly clicked on the selection tool. If you have done that, so you can just press the B key, and I'm going to show you guys something cool today. Click on this arrow to reveal the brushes and increase the size of this panel. Okay, now basically what I'm trying to do is I'm just pulling out this the panel because I like to keep this thing big and awesome, because yeah, that gives me a good option to take a look at all the different brushes I have, right? And you can actually, guys, there are lots of websites out there that that allow you to download new brush presets, and then you can just install them into your system, or put it into your system and use it. So sometimes, guys, you can really use some different brush presets for creating some lovely effects. But before that, guys, I wanted you beginners, like if you want to listen to me, you can go ahead and do this setting, which will really help you out. Just go over here, okay, to the setting bar, alright, which looks like some kind of a wheel, alright. That is an indication of settings. Just click on it, people, and you will see all these different options. Now what I want to do is actually, that's the way I work. I like to see my brushes with a large thumbnail. So just click on the settings, and you can you have this small thumbnail over here. You can just change it to the large thumbnail, and you'll see that that the brush just basically changes, basically now, right now you can have a good look at the different presets of the different brushes you have. Once again, guys, if you click on it, alright, and you will see, yeah, an option right here which says stroke thumbnail. Now if you go ahead and click this, what it will do is that it will show you the different kind of strokes that that the brush will produce. Okay, like Photoshop will display this whole thing in that kind of a manner. So if you like this, if you like to see what kind of brush strokes you will get from which kind of a brush, so some of the designers use this in Adobe Photoshop. But and actually that's it's a good technique, because on the left hand side you have your a small thumbnail that will allow you to see that which kind of brush it is, the number also, and on the other hand, like on the right hand side, you will see what kind of a stroke it produces. Right, so that's pretty awesome. And brushes, people are mostly used for creating some good effects. Like for example, if I just find this brush, and this is a pre-installed brush, okay, so if you have Photoshop, you'll definitely have this, and it's called a grass kind of. So yeah, right over here, it's we named as 134. If you click on it, guys, you'll see that, and actually I'm gonna increase the size of my brush. You'll see that it is actually a blade of a grass. So if I just paint it out like this, you'll see that I'll have all different kind of grass created for myself. So that is pretty awesome. I'm gonna go to my history stage. I'm gonna click on the untitled one to make sure that the changes have been undone. I'm gonna reduce the size, and as you can see, guys, it without doing anything, I have got an okay grass kind of an effect. So that is pretty awesome. Alright, so that's how you change your brushes, alright, in Adobe Photoshop. And yeah, guys, brushes are one good one thing, as in I wanted to teach you about them, that you can actually increase the opacity of a brush. What I'm trying to say is, I'm gonna press the B key again, and I'm gonna select this time, guys, a circular brush, right? And I'm gonna increase its hardness all the way up to 100. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, and actually, guys, you can change the your size and the hardness of a brush from here also, if you are not into using keyboard shortcuts. Okay, but really, guys, keyboard shortcuts are really awesome, and you can use them. So size over here and the hardness is over here. So if you do not want to resort to the keyboard shortcut, this is a place where you can change it. Okay, I have selected the circular brush because I wanted to show you guys something. I'm gonna click once over here. I'm gonna hold on my shift key. I'm gonna go to the other end. I'm gonna click over there. Photoshop automatically joins the whole thing, and you'll see, people, that how hard the brush is. Okay, because we have the hardness set to 100%. But right now, guys, over here we also have this option which says opacity. Now what happens is, people, sometimes you may want to paint out something, okay, but you wouldn't want to you wouldn't want that thing to cover up the whole thing, and to have a flat color on your thing. So what you can do is, for creating some good and lovely effects, you can you can play with the opacity parameter over here, alright, and it will really help you out a lot. Like say, if I set the opacity to 50%, and now if I try to paint just below it, you'll see that I'm getting kind of the light color of this of this shade, And guys, right now guys, I can paint on my grass which I had created, and you'll see that it is not exactly being covered on, because we have the opacity on 50%. If I take it all the way to 100%, and if I create a paint on the grass, you'll see that the grass just gets covered with this flat blank color. So sometimes guys, this kind of a technique is used for creating some good effects, and you can go ahead and try it on your images, right, which you would have taken with your camera or your iPhone or S3, or basically with your phones. All right, so yeah, that's pretty awesome right there. And yeah, so I would say that that's the basic explanation for brushes, right, in Adobe Photoshop. And right now guys, I have only covered up to 10 minutes, so actually I think guys that I should be ending my video right here, right? So just I just want to say that this was a basic explanation for brushes. Guys, I would really encourage you people, okay, like if you are watching till the end, to please go and watch the next part, right? That is a part 6, because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna teach you guys about masking in that tutorial. And masking, people, is a very important thing in Adobe Photoshop, alright? And you really have to combine masking with the use of painting and brushes. So if you guys are watching this, if you're having any problem and you have only watched my brushes tutorial, then make sure that you watch my masking tutorial also. Okay, so thank you so much, people, and please subscribe me if you haven't, and please like this video, please share this video, and please like my Facebook page. Okay, the link is below in the description. Thank you so much for joining me on this video, people. I'm gonna catch you guys in my next video. Right, so thank you so much. Goodbye.